Zero gas and bloating. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com and eartheracademyretreats.com. Wow, that's all I can tell you. What a beautiful thing. Zero gas and zero bloating from the diet I'm on right now. So if you've got gas or bloating, remember, you're getting fermentation in your gut. You're doing maybe a variety of different problems. Well, maybe you're having a variety of problems and maybe doing some things that aren't really good for digestion, or maybe you're eating some foods that just aren't good for digestion either. So zero gas and zero bloating is a beautiful thing. Again, why? Because I don't have to worry about keeping my you-know-what tight when I gotta have some feeling of letting out some gas. Okay, so, and when you have zero gas and zero bloating, you know what happens to you? You get usually good bowel movements because you're getting normal digestion. So when you have gas or bloating, do you think that's normal? And if you do have that, remember, you have to ask yourself the question, do you like the gas and the bloating? Okay? Do you like it? Or are you just used to it? See, I used to just get used to it before on my plant-based diet. Wow, you should see the snow on the top of the mountain on the Big Island right now. Massive amount of snow up there. So I was just used to getting gas and bloating. So, you know, when you've got indigestion, that means most likely you've got a problem in the digestion, in the stomach acid. Maybe you've got a problem where you're eating certain types of things that are needing fermentation. Okay, maybe they are full of anti-nutrients, which means that you can't absorb the nutrients. Maybe there is insoluble fiber in the plants that you're eating. Remember, insoluble fiber, you don't have a fermented chamber like a herbivore or like an ape or one of these animals that can eat bloody grass all day long and love it and grow into something that's sort of weird. A bull eats grass and turns into Arnold Schwarzenegger just by eating grass. Okay, this is a magical being. Okay, we don't have that type of gut in our bellies at all. So, from me stopping nuts, grains, seeds, and greens, that has helped my gut repair itself. Yes, it has. So if you've got yourself indigestion, guys, and you've got yourself bloating, it could be because of a variety of things. Maybe you don't have enough stomach acid in your gut. Maybe you're drinking water with your meals and you're diluting down the acidity of your gut. Maybe, like I said, you're eating phytates, drinking phytates, which is phytic acid. And phytates, when they don't break down, you know what they give you? They give you fartates. So when you have phytates, which are of course a necessity in plants, phytates keep minerals locked in, bound to the plant. And if you eat these phytates or phytic acid, all they do is cause you a lot of disturbance in the gut. That's called an anti-nutrient. How do you get rid of phytates? First of all, look it up. Phytates, remember, is phytic acid. It's like oxalic acid. These are corrosional acids. These are not good for the human being. If you think you can break them down again, you're, well, really not thinking too well. Is because you can break some of these things down, but once you get too much of these phytates in your body, okay, once you get too many oxalates in your body, too many lectins in your system, too many isothiocyanates, okay, these are plant defense mechanisms. Okay, sulforaphane, these are things you're going to have to look up, guys, and we'll go into them deeper, but these are plant defense mechanisms. So if you want to get out the phytates, which are basically in every plant, vegetable, cabbage, all the things that we basically eat, and there was a reason why we used to ferment our vegetables, okay, why we cooked the vegetables. It's to get rid of the plant compounds that are very destructive to our guts, very irritative to our guts. Irritative, you get gas and bloating when you've got these different plant compounds that you have not processed out of the body. So if you want to get rid of phytic acid, okay, the phytates, so you don't get fartates, then what you do is you ferment your vegetables. Makes them more bioavailable, makes the vitamin C active, makes a lot of the plants so we can digest them bioavailably. Remember, you are not an herbivore, and some of you people can digest plants a little better than others. If you eat too many plants that have certain plant compounds in them, cacao, loaded full of oxalates. Watch it, guys. And you can use some potassium bicarbonate to be able to dissolve some of the oxalic acid. Yerba mate tea, full of oxalic acid. Okay, black tea, full of oxalic acid. So if you're going to make some teas, we'll go ahead and do some recipes so I can show you how to dissolve some of the phytates, okay, and also the oxalic acid, which are very corrosive compounds. They're actually plant poisons. If you look up oxalic acid, you'll find out that you can use that for cleaning rust. You could use it for, it's one of the best cleaners, and it says, do not breathe, do not ingest, poison. Now, fiber is another big problem. You got gas and bloating. Let's get back to the story here. Okay, I'm going to eat this orange. I don't mix any fruits with my proteins and my fats because I don't want to dilute my stomach acid. Okay, so it's 10:38 in the morning right now. I'm going to work out and I'm going to have some fruit. I don't want the fiber in my gut though. Fiber gives you, it's insoluble fiber. So I chew up the orange. And throw the fiber out the window. Okay? If you swallow that fiber, most likely, guys, this stuff's going to ferment in your gut. And if it ferments in your gut, you get gas and bloating. This is what happens with all the grains you're eating. All these grains are toxic, no matter if you think they're good for you or not. Okay? If you've got a stomach problem and you get gas and bloating, that means that you've got maldigestion. Gas and bloating will also mean that you're getting fermentation in your gut. And of course, you don't have a cecum. Okay? Not like animals. You don't have a fermentation chamber like an herbivore. You don't have a rumen. You don't chew your cud. You don't spend all day using your mouth and your intestines to be able to break down food. So, if you've got any type of plant compounds in your gut, you're going to irritate your gut, number one. But if you've got insoluble fiber, remember I'm on a fiber-free diet. I don't need fiber. It's the best thing I ever did. And you think, oh, you can't poop without fiber? Well, that's not true. In the beginning, you may get a little constipation, you may get some diarrhea. Your biome has to adjust itself to the new fuel you're putting in your body. And again, right now, I'm eating 2 meals a day when I work out and 1 meal a day when I don't work out. So now, what am I eating again? Well, I'm not eating any nuts, grains, seeds, or greens, but I am having fruit before I work out for explosive carb energy, and I'm not eating any type of fruit that has high oxalates in it. Okay, I'm eating things that have low oxalates in them, because remember, I'm trying to go ahead and give myself an oxalate-free diet to really heal my gut. And there's nothing better than feeling better. And my stomach, I don't have any bloating right now. What a beautiful thing. I don't feel like I got to fart, hold my rear end in, okay, when I'm around people. Okay, it's dumb. And if you're having that, guys, you have to rethink reality. Rethinking reality of your current digestion is, well, basically, can you digest the foods that you're eating? I don't care what anybody tells you. Can you digest them? That's the question. Okay. I'm just swallowing the juice 10 minutes before I work out. No fiber. Fiber, again, remember, it's insoluble fiber. You are not an herbivore. You got to get that through your head. Break it all down, throw that out the window, and voila. So, okay, so no gas and bloating would mean a combination of that you're mixing fruits, vegetables with your protein meals. Remember, I'm not having nuts, grains, seeds, or grains. So I'm just having butter, cheese, eggs, fish, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, bovine. I'm having certain types of soups, bone broth soup to fix my gut. I'm eating also collagen, okay? And the collagen that I'm eating is a 5-factor collagen, collagen 1, 2, 3, 5, and X. These are different types of collagen that my body has been, well, it's been lacking and malnourished because I've been on a plant-based diet for 15 years. And if you think you're getting collagen out of plants, guys, you're not getting the real collagen. Your body could go ahead and break down. These are some forms of precursors, just like vitamin A. There is no forms of vitamin A at all in plants. There is beta carotene, and if you can do the conversion rate of maybe 5%, then you're really lucky. Okay, in time, you will become deficient. This is the way it works. So be careful again. Watch the other videos that we've done on, well, the warnings of a vegan diet. Remember, these are fasting diets. That's all they are. They are not long-lasting. And for some of you people, you say, what about this person? What about this person? Generally, you people are not herbivores. And some people, they say they're herbivores. They say they gained a lot of muscle. But all I know is I don't know anyone that has, personally. And I'm talking really no, because I'm not sure what these people are eating. I'm not sure what they're eating on the side. I have no idea, but most of the people that you're going to tell me about have a business, and it has to do with them being vegan or vegetarian. It's pushing something. Okay, remember, we opened up Earthshift Products to be able to start the largest clinical study of its kind 15 years ago or so. Done thousands of videos. Not pushing the plant-based diet, but showing you what I'm doing, and let's see if we can thrive off of these plants with these certain types of exotic superfoods, certain herbs, spices, resins, different things we call superfoods, maca, okay, all the greens, the algae, and all different things like that, spirulina, chlorella, the protein powders, hemp protein powder, all the chia seeds, and all these different things, okay? Now, what I did was I thrived off them minimally, always. Remember, there is a system that we, of course, well, we can either know it, okay, and that's only by experience it, because you can think you know it, and you're going to have to take some time to find out, is the vegan diet good for you? Is the fruitarian diet good for you? Is the Mediterranean diet good for you? Is the standard American diet good for you? Is the, well, like I'm doing, the carnivore, animal-based products and fruit diet good for you? Well, right now it's good for me. That's the best part. It's good for me right now. May not be good for you. No one's asking you to do anything. If you've got gut problems, though, all I can tell you is get rid of the insoluble fiber. That helped my gut out, and maybe it's going to help yours. Get rid of the plant defense mechanisms, especially all the glyphosate, all the atrazine, and all these herbicides that are sprayed in your food, sprayed on your vegetables. They're even sprayed, you know, in the food that if you eat conventionally food lot meat, or farm-raised fish, then you're just eating a bunch of glyphosate and atrazine and herbicides and antibiotics and vaccines and all that crap. Yes, you are. So, take a breast from plants if you're getting problems with your gut and see what happens. 180 days, see what it does to you. It's going to take you several months just for your biome to go ahead and catch up to itself. You may get a lot of diarrhea from oxalate dumping. Watch our videos on oxalate dumping. And there are lots of good videos to be able to learn about oxalates. One of them, again, is Bart K's channel, the best oxalate video you'll ever hear from. That's a good one for you to look up, just to get you started. Okay, again, there's a lot of good people on YouTube, a lot of MDs. Okay, Dr. Paul Saladino, Dr. Ken Berry, okay, Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Natasha Campbell. Remember, these people are experimenting. You're experimenting too, people, but these are clinicians. These are researchers. These are people that are actually going out there, not only trying... Okay, I lost my video camera there for a sec, so I'm back. I just got out of the gym, and let's continue this video here. Another good doctor to look up his channel. He doesn't have a channel, but he's got lots of good videos. Dr. Paul Mason. Remember, there's a reason being why a lot of people are sick and tired, and not only are sick and tired, but look sick and tired. Remember, I was on the plant-based diet for 15 years, and it really did me a lot of good for about maybe 10 or 12 years. Okay, but after that, I just started having physiological problems, mental problems, clarity problems, emotional problems, just not feeling grounded. And not only that, then I started getting sick. Okay, having blood in my intestinal tract, you know, all the things that, of course, when you get sick, then you want to look into this. And a lot of people, guys, you can fight it all you want to. Remember, I've been doing, you know, this health gig, okay, since 1980. I got my doctorate in 1984. I practiced for like 14 years and saw over 100,000 patient office visits as a doctor of chiropractic, practicing neuromusculoskeletal, okay, joint function, nerve function, toxicology, parasitology. Wherever the truth led me, I learned, and I got a chance to really, well, learn a lot. Why? Because I'm a clinician. I'm working with other patients and we're practicing every day. We don't know what we're doing, and no doctor does. You're practicing, guys. You're listening to what others have done, and you're, of course, putting your own spin on it. And you go to school to learn what others have done or what they should do, and then you try to see if it actually works on people. Remember, you're practicing. How long have you been practicing? It's like practicing piano, right? How long have you been practicing? Well, after a while, then maybe instead of practicing that song, now you can play that song. And after maybe about 10 years or so as being a doctor, maybe you can start to learn a little more than just practice. But then again, you got to practice in the beginning. So, do we need fiber? Okay, that's a big question you should go ahead and look into. Personally, I don't think you need any fiber at all. All fiber does to me is rob me of my nutrition. Rob me of my nutrition. The fiber goes in, it sucks out the acid out of my gut, it sits in my gut and starts to ferment, sits in my gut and starts to give me gas and bloating. This is what you got to look into, guys. If you think that fiber is good for you, then you go ahead and start putting it in your body. And take the challenge. Take fiber out of your diet for about 90 days and see what happens. You don't get any more farting. Okay, you don't get any more gas just because you're getting rid of the fiber. And what's in fiber? Well, vegetables have fiber. Remember, rice has fiber. Okay, your greens have fiber. So that's why I got off of nuts, seeds, grains, and greens. And so what am I eating besides that? Fruit. I told you, it's the gecko diet. Fruit and animal products. And this has healed my gut. This has healed a lot of my joints that were sore. Now they're not sore anymore. They're not weak anymore. I feel like all of a sudden I'm maybe part human again. Okay, remember I've gained, I just hit the 150 1-pound mark this morning, okay, which is good. I started out at 127 pounds as an emaciated vegan, vegetarian, whatever you want to call it, plant-based. Whole plant-based, raw too. And I didn't have any grains. I cut grains out a long time ago because those are like terrible for anybody. And if you think grains are good for you guys, well then, well, you figure it out in time. When you start having dysbiosis, you start having stomach problems, start having intestinal problems, start having diarrhea, constipation, you start having gas, you start having bloating. Well, it's all part of, you know, your experiment, and you're gonna have to figure it out. But do you need fiber? Okay, remember, if you put fiber in your gut, it's insoluble fiber. And I used to take a lot of psyllium powder before, and that was good when I was on the plant diet. Just because, you know why? It's because I couldn't go to the bathroom right. And I used to go to the bathroom 10 times a bloody day. So, anyways, I just got out of the gym, and I had those oranges, and I had zero gas, zero belching. But if I would have ate the fiber in those oranges, I would have been having indigestion because I'm not breaking down the fiber. It just sits in there and it wants to ferment and gurgle. So this is how you get gas. Remember, fermentation means that you're sort of like an herbivore, and you're not an herbivore, so you really can't ferment well. And cows don't fart. I've never really seen them fart. You know what they do? They belch a little bit. Okay, that's what they do. So cow farts? No, it's cow belching, guys. And basically, look, the cattle that eat the grass, whether they eat the grass or not, it still turns to methane when it dies. It's just what it does. And the methane turns into CO2 in time, and the CO2 feeds bloody plants. You listen to what you think that is true, and of course, indoctrination's really deep. Okay, remember, we've been sold a bill of goods on how to eat, how to dress, you know, to dye our hair, to Botox our lips, to get nose jobs, to get booby jobs, okay? To cut your you-know-what off and turn it inside out. Yeah, you've been socially engineered, guys. That's all I can say, okay? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, and maybe what everybody else is doing, the herd, maybe I'm going to do it too because I'm lost in space. But once you start to take a break from all of these irritational, okay, compounds, and they're only irritational on you when you start having a problem by having too many of them. Again, be careful on what you wish for. If you think the plant-based diet is going to save the world, then, well, again, you need to dig deeper. Plants that are grown, okay, monocropping, and also animals that are factory farmed, feedlot garbage, are polluting the world. We need to do regenerative agriculture. We don't need to use all different types of herbicides. If you think that the few cattle, I'm going to show you do a video on what the cattle do, 50 cattle in our pasture, okay, next door. What do you think they do? They eat grass all bloody day. They crap into the soil, and it sequesters carbon. It sequesters, okay, puts back minerals back in, fungus back into the soil. It regenerates the soil. It's regenerative agriculture. Okay, this is what it does. They don't hurt the soil one bit. There's no glyphosate being sprayed. There's no atrazine being sprayed. There's nothing that the cows are doing wrong at all. They get 2 years, the males get 2 years worth of life, and then what they do is they, of course, they eat them. Okay, but you gave that animal 2 years of beautiful life, and no one's going to grow these animals unless, well, basically they're used for something, just like anything. Okay, do you think, sort of like, you got to sort of think about this. If you make meat illegal to eat, which that's what you're trying to do, because they want you to eat their fake meat, their lab processed meat, or they want you to eat their, you know, protein isolates and your kibble from the vegetarian, because it does make you weak, it does make you submissive, it does make you cowardly to lose your hormones. But if you stop and it's not suffering. These animals are living the life of Riley for a couple of years. They're eating grass. They're laying out in the afternoon. They take a nap. In the morning, they eat from 5:30 in the morning until about 1 o'clock. Then they sleep for a couple hours. Then they start eating again about 3 o'clock until it gets dark. That's what they do every day, 7 days a week. Okay, they're just eating machines. And in 2 years, that male cow turns into be a 1,000-pound beast. Okay, no one is going to grow these animals, okay, on their own. No one's going to grow chickens on their own and just let them grow. Okay, these are the miracles of life that feed the world. Plankton feeds the world. The fish feed the world. The ocean feeds the world. Okay, everything eats itself. Everything is feeding upon itself here, and we are just living in an extraction planet. I eat this, and the energy that I took from that turns into me. And what I do with that energy now is another story. And all I know is I'm doing better than most people, and it's not being arrogant, I just am. And it's taken me many, many years to do good, okay, consistently, to add to the realm, not just to take. Anyways, let's get back real quick here and to close this video up. Now, you got to think, if you have intestinal dysbiosis, if you have gas in your system, okay, then you've got a big problem. You've got the beginning stages of disease. Yes, you do. You've got pathogenic now happening in, you think you're supposed to get fermentation in your intestinal tract? What do you think you are? A cow? A sheep? Okay, what do you think you are? A goat? Okay, you're not. You have an intestinal tract that basically is an omnivore tract. It can eat anything it wants to. And you really, you know, in this day and age, an ancestral diet is the diet that we ate. And we didn't eat 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. Ancestral diets, okay, usually meant that you fasted once in a while. I fast every day until 1 or 2 o'clock. It's 12:41 right now. All I had was those couple of oranges, and those oranges I just burned them off in the gym with an hour workout in the gym, intense workout in the gym. Okay, and like I said, I've gained since 127 pounds. I just hit the 151 pound mark. What a beautiful thing from my scrawny, weak self. My face isn't as sucked in as I used to be before. Okay, again, good channel for you to watch is go ahead and see what happens to the vegans on a long-based vegan diet. Your face starts sucking into your head. Your eyes, remember, your brain starts to shrink and it starts sucking in your eyes into your head. And if you can fix that, guys, again, you may not be able to. If you malnourish yourself too much, it may take years for you to get back some of the nutrition in your storages in your body. So I've been on now this diet for about 8.5 months right now. And again, I have not had any gas or bloating, and that is a beautiful thing. I have rebuilt myself 23 bloody pounds, a little more, 24 pounds, okay? And that's in just 8.5 months. So, and of course, look, I didn't get fat. I still got abs down there, okay? So I didn't gain 25, let's say 23 pounds of anything but muscle. I did, okay? So anyways, it's my report of findings, and if you are on a vegetarian and vegan diet, just watch yourself. Watch the videos that we've put out just recently, Rethinking Reality, okay? These types of videos are just to make you think a little bit, because there's a lot of newbies just starting into this veganism just because you saw the Game Changers, okay? And you're going to find out in time, okay, the fast, just like any other fast, water fast, fruitarian fast, or anything, is not going to serve you like it did in the very beginning. Once you change your diet, yeah, you're going to feel good, and most likely it's because you're decreasing the amount of toxicity sometimes than your previous diet that you had. And changing fuel does make the body thrive for a short period of time. Anyways, I was only going to do this diet for 90 days. That's it. Okay, and I kept doing it. Why? Because I kept getting results. I kept getting results, and I kept getting results. And I'm into peak performance. I'm into staying healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise. That's one of the things that we, okay, all strive for. And not only that, remember, strength is inversely proportionate to longevity? No, it's versely proportionate to longevity. If you get weak, and this is what these vegan diets do, these vegetarian diets, these fruitarian diets, they will make you weak. Then if you're a peak performance athlete, guys, then you give it a try. Give it a try for 6 months, and you'll notice that you're going to get weaker and weaker and weaker once your storages in your body start to wear through. And the older you are, the weaker you get faster. And the younger you are, it just means that possibly that you had full storages before you went and jumped into the vegan side. And again, the monocropping kills more animals than any animal-based product system could do. And if you don't believe so, all you have to do is ask the farmers. They bait and poison every rat and mouse, everything that eats those rats and mice, squirrels, gophers, okay? I don't care if it's hawks, owls, snakes, anything that eats those animals, okay? Anything that eats those animals that they've poisoned. They'll shoot rabbits, they'll shoot deer. I know they shoot a ton of birds, pigeons. They kill whatever it takes to be able to get their crop so it doesn't get diseased. Okay, it doesn't get eaten by predators. So they spray the crap out of it with pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides and fungicides, especially chilies and nightshades and tomatoes and all those things. Why? Because I know we rent land to those people in California, and they use helicopters to spray. It just is. And if you think, again, okay, if you've got intestinal gas and you've got bloating, then you've got a serious problem in your gut, and it will get serious in time. So just take a note of that. Anyways, guys, it's, you know, very hard to talk to people that, remember, your body, first of all, your body is primal. End of story. It shites, okay? It has a lot of things that you're ashamed of. Okay, remember, this machine does a lot of weird stuff. Okay, it's an animal. Yes, it is. And the mind is just nothing more than an energy that is perfectly synced with this animal. I'm perfectly synced to be able to open my hand in and out without any lag time, without my mind, okay, even realizing that my mind is the one that's dreaming this machine. And this machine is an animal. This machine runs off of mitochondria. This machine runs off of minerals and certain things that you extract from other systems. And if you can extract from plants efficiently, then maybe you're 1 out of 1,000 that can. But most people will not be able to do the vegan diet for more than a couple, 3 months before you start getting weak, before you start getting emotional, before you start basically feeling like you're falling apart, like me. My joints were so sore I couldn't even go up the stairs. I haven't rode a bike in 2 bloody years, and I'm just getting over my hip problem right now, my joint problems. But at least my gut problem's gone. And my hip problem, it's pretty good. I'm not going to start running with it or doing any exercise, you know, as far as cardio exercise or you know, exercise like running for another couple of months, because I still feel it in there. And at least I can stretch it now. At least I can touch my toe on that side. I wasn't being able to touch my right side of my toes and trim even my toenails for like 10 months. So look, once you get to these levels like this, guys, you're gonna have to dig deep. And if you never get there, then hopefully you don't. Then, you know, hopefully, you know, your diet that you're doing right now is a good diet. But if you do get sick, remember, take a break from the plants and re-nourish yourself, refeed yourself. Get off of the plants, you know, that are irritative, oxalate forming type plants, lectin forming type plants, isothiocyanates. Okay, these different types of plant compounds, you're going to have to look them up and understand. Processing plants is a necessity. Eating raw foods is not as smart as you think. You may think, because the macros say it's really good for you, it's got all this calcium, it's got all this magnesium and all this zinc, but the phytates in the plants are going to make it so you're not going to be able to absorb anything. The oxalates in the plants are going to be able to make it so you're going to absorb very little, bioavailably very little. So be careful of that. If not, like me, you will be malnourished. Okay, it's time to go do some errands right now, and check it out. Look, real clouds today. Real clouds, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay, real clouds. Yowzum, yowzum, yowzum. Those are what real clouds look like. And if clouds in your area of the woods don't look like that, nice puffy little beautiful things like this that say hello, then those clouds are most likely fake clouds. They're aerosol clouds, they're geoengineered clouds, they're manufactured clouds. Okay, this is what real clouds look like if you forgot what they look like. Look at how beautiful those things are. Whoa, daddy, whoa. Okay, enough. We'll see you on the next video, guys. And if you do have gas or bloating, it's just telling you that you do have a dysfunction. You have malnourishment going on. Remember, the fiber in your gut is going to absorb the nutrition. It's going to stuff up some of the intestinal tract to make it so you cannot absorb through that 1 cell thick, okay, 1 cell thick membrane. That's the mouth to the anus is about 40 feet, and it's inside your body, but it's outside your body because it's just a tube. It's a tube. It starts here and it ends, of course, at your anus. And each cell that goes through, okay, each type of micronutrients has to be broken down to the minute, smallest little particle called an ion. And if you have clogging fiber and fermented bloating and gas, okay, that just means that you have dysbiosis. You have the beginning stages of IBS. That's what it means. So if you're farting, get away from the phytates, because if you're eating phytates, you get farts. Those are called the fartates. And phytates, again, remember, these are poisons in the plants. Oxalic acid, poisons in the plants. Lectins, poisons in the plants. Goitrogens, causing the thyroid not to be able to uptake iodine. Is that possibly the problem why you have maybe diabetes? Is it possibly the problem why you have intestinal stress? Okay, remember, it's time to dig deep before you get sick. And if you are sick, okay, in your intestinal tract especially, or you're depressed, then you may want to take a break from the plants for 6 months. You need cholesterol in the brain. Yes, you do. Okay, if you lose your cholesterol, your brain starts to bloody shrink. Oh, the body makes cholesterol. Yeah, where's it making it from? What is it, magical? What do you think, it's getting it out of your plants? There are no cholesterol sterols in the plants. No, there's not. You need pure, beautiful cholesterol. It's in animal products, especially your eggs with the choline, helps the brain, okay? Especially in grass-fed, grass-finished, non-infected flesh. And I would not, just last thing, don't eat any farm-raised fish or shrimp. Any of that stuff. It's all garbage. They're feeding it a bunch of crap. It's full of glyphosate, full of atrazine. And now you're eating that stuff and you wonder why. I'm eating an animal-based diet, but I don't feel good. Well, you're going to have diarrhea for the first month at least, just because your body's going to go ahead and start kicking out a ton of bile salts out of the liver. It's going to start to have to learn how to break down fat from the gallbladder, CCK, cholecystokinin. And if you're on a plant-based diet, then most likely your intestinal tract has not been breaking down dense nutrition. It just hasn't. And dense nutrition, remember, takes you 2 hours to break down in your gut. So don't drink any fluids and liquids with your meals, protein and fat meals, and this is an animal-based meal. And don't have any water or anything 2 hours afterwards. You just dilute your stomach acid down. Okay, that's it. Aloha, and we'll see you next time. Whew! Beautiful day. You can see I'm sweating. And again, one last thing. If you want to see what real clouds look like, that's what they look like. Okay? That's what they look like. Puffy little, beautiful little beings in the sky. Okay? Not aerosols being all sprayed. Look at that beautiful, beautiful, like, remember, the energy of water is in the air, it's in the clouds, it's in your ocean, it's in the lake, it's in the vapor, it's ice, it's magical, and it's a transformative energy, which of course, if you want to know what God is, then just go in nature and you can see what God is. God is nature. How about that? God is nature. That's what God is. Unexplainable. The clouds, the birds, the bees, the whales, the snails, the sun, the moon. It's all unexplainable and no one knows squat about it. Remember, the system is mostly a bunch of stories. And all I can tell you, if the so-called experts don't even know how a blade of grass works, no, they don't. Okay, you don't know how it became what it did. You don't know how that little seed could have the architectural blueprint. The smallest seed could make the giant tree, the sequoia. You don't know how it works. You don't know how it opens itself up. You can watch it, you could name it things, but you don't know anything. The kidney has a theory. You don't know how it works. The heart has a theory. Nobody knows how this machine works. It's a dream machine, that's all I can tell you, and it's called a God instrument, an instrument of God, which means that nobody knows what the heck it is. Okay, so all you guys that think you're so smart with your degrees, especially the PhD people, just means you have it piled higher and deeper in here with a bunch of stories, because this place is a mystery. Everything we know and don't know is because it is the mystery plane. It just is. And again, yeah, everything you see here. Okay, I'm in Hawaii and everybody's driving sideways right now. Really? Again, question reality. Hey, look, those people in my rear view mirror over there, walking and driving, they're all driving sideways? Really? Remember, I'm on the side of the ball. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Aloha, and we'll see you next time. Rethink reality, guys. Okay, it's going to be hard for you, especially the more degrees you have, the more indoctrination you have. And the simpler you are, okay, it just means most likely you're just very ignorant, but your mind is way open to be able to use your sensors instead of your senses, because your senses have been skewed by your senseis. The sensei, the one that actually acts like he's so smart or she's so smart, telling you the truth, and nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows the truth. That's the best part. All I know is what I've been told is a story. That's it. Okay? And it's very liberating to know that. To know that everything we are trying to find out about here is unknowable. Unknowable. What a beautiful thing. So quit searching to find yourselves, guys, because you're not going to find yourself. No, you won't. But you will find out one thing, I guarantee you will find out what you are not. You will not find yourself. So forget all the namaste stuff, okay? Forget it, okay? It's just another mind trap. Okay, the New Age religion is the new cage religion. That's all it is. Remember, most religions, there's a lot of good stories inside, a lot of good things to learn, but they're mostly mind control religions. They control you with a set of dogma. They control you with a set of stories and ideas, concepts, and disciplines. So it's the same with our diets. We are animals. Our minds are multidimensional and fractional. They can go from the materialistic part of the mind, they can go to the survival part of the mind, they can go to the spiritual part of the mind, they can go to the mystery part of the mind. But no matter what, the body is still primal. No matter what you think, the body is primal, and it does need certain fuels to thrive with, whether you like it or not. Okay, enough. We'll see you guys. Aloha.